is prepping our golfers. And so I'm here in this beautiful facility here in Maryland. Now, before you start any exercise, always consult your physician, because every exercise I provide is suited for that person at this moment. So again, feel free to reach out to me and I would gladly set this up for you. Now, we're gonna start with you either on the floor or maybe you can start on your bed. So you'll see this gentleman here lying on the floor. So what I want him to do is extend his arms out to the sides and his palms face down. You're gonna bend your knees. As you bend your knees, you're in a very comfortable position as you sort of press your lower back into the floor. So again, the goal is to find success. So these exercises will be done in a progression. So this is the first progression. From here, the lower body, I want you to swivel from the waist. Swivel your legs down to the floor to one side, all the way down, and try swiveling to the other side. Now this is you waking up in the morning. Now again, you can do this for golf. You can do this for life. The purpose of rotating the lower body is to wake up the spine. You'll notice that I'm swiveling side to side. And this here works not only your spine, but the obliques, your side abs. It also works all the way up into your lats, which are under your arms. So as he holds his arms down to the floor, he can feel it traveling from the lower back all the way underneath his arms. And so I am waking up your body early in the morning. Now this is an exercise you can do and it looks like you're stretching. From here, you're gonna take your legs, stopping in the center, take the legs up so that the knees are over the belly button. There, in case you have any problems with the lower back, and you see that there's tightness in the hip flexor, because the other thing is to get the knees together. Now again, there's a lot of tightness because we haven't done this in a while. So you can be at your comfort zone wherever you are, but that's the goal, is to bring those knees together. Now, I want you to swivel side to side again. What I did is I made it a little more challenging. What you're gonna find is that the obliques or the side abs are working even harder. This again is called rotary. So again, rotation is good. We're looking at the lower back. We're looking at also the thoracic spine or under the arms here. I'm just gonna have you do it one more time. Now, each progression should be between 30 seconds to about a minute long. Carefully place the soles of the feet to the floor like you did before. Put your hands down to your side pockets. From there, this is called a bridge. A bridge is lifting the glutes off the floor as you drive the hips up to the ceiling and then taking it down. And again, this is a morning progression that you want to take, and you can do this every day. You are prepping your body for your activities, not just golf, but for life itself. So here, as you come up, you squeeze the glutes on the way up. So now I'm activating your glutes, your buns right there. But I'm also looking at the lower back. As you can tell, he's successfully doing this. Now, this is an exercise you can do. So again, before starting any exercise, if this feels uncomfortable, feel free to reach out and I can always give you an option. Now, keep the hips up. From there, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Woo. Point your toe to your face. Guess what I did? I activated his hamstring, the back of the leg. Now from there, take that leg straight down to meet the other leg and then bring it back up. Guess what I did? That leg that's on the floor, whew, he is actually working the leg on the floor. It'll catch up to him because it's going to bite him soon in the hamstring. But you see mobility with one leg. By pointing the toe to your face, I'm looking at the hamstring, the back of the leg. But the other hamstring is working too, the one that's not moving. Take the leg down and stop. Good. Now again, you switch sides. Each exercise, each thing we do as you bridge up again, yep, and then the leg comes up and down. Each exercise, as you point the toe to your face, should be, it's a prep. You're prepping for your day. You can make this into a routine where you do it for a long time, or, as I said, 30 seconds to at least a minute for each part. Now, he's only going to give me a few because this video is just a prep. And then down it comes. Carefully extend both legs straight down to the floor. Good, right there. Now extend it, keep the arms down to the sides, and from there, I want you to take the arms over your head, up and then touching the floor with your thumbs. Good, he's lengthening his body and bring it back down, and try a few more. Here, since you're lying flat on the floor, you're finding much success in getting the arms over your head. A lot of times we have problems with our shoulder, and this here brings more success. As you lie, who knows, maybe on the bed. If you can make it to the floor, that's good. But you can be on the bed as well, and then extending the arms. That's if you have a long bed. Again, each exercise is about 30 seconds to about a minute's worth. I'm only going to do one more. Then, as you come up, you're going to stop and come to a standing position. So he's going to stand up, get his shirt tucked in there, and we're going to start with the foot. Feet are very important. A lot of times we don't work our feet. And what the feet does, because that connects to the ground, that's gravity pulling us down. As we age, it pulls us down even more, and sometimes we love Caribbean food, and then it pulls us down even more. So we are going to focus on his gait. He's only going to take a simple step forward and a step back. And repeat that. It's just a simple and alternate legs. Now, what he's going to do with his heel as he continues to do this, good, watch my heel. So watch my heel. You're going to see that I curl my back foot up. So it's the back foot, it's not the front foot. It's my back foot as I peel the foot off the floor and I put it back in the same footprint. And I switch legs back and forth. So he's successfully doing this, and I'm focused on his foot. You'll notice that I'm focusing on his foot. He has to peel his foot on and off, and you can feel his foot working in this particular shoe at this particular moment. Now you can do this barefooted, right, at home, but the shoe plays an important part. He's not wearing his heels or anything like that. It's a shoe that is making him mobile. He's going to stop for a hot second. Then he's going to take a longer step. Now, a longer step requires more flexion in the knee. So he's going to step and there. So again, I do not know the health of your knee. However, I know some of his issues with his body, so this is something that he can successfully do. Again, you have to find success all the time so that you can complete the exercise. So just a few more. Good. Each exercise should take about 30 seconds to a minute. So when he's done, he stops. Now, he's going to take a longer stride. When he does that, he's going to take a longer stride, and he's looking at me. So this side is open. So if he takes a long stride, go ahead and step forward. So this side here is closed. But you see this side? He can rotate here. He's comfortable to rotate on this side. So he's going to be great connecting right there. Now, if he's going to step back and then try the other leg. So you notice now he can turn to this side. That side is open, right? And this side, if I tried it on this side, he's going to have less success with balance. So here's what I want him to do. Go ahead and lunge forward with one foot. Extend both hands towards me. Now from there, take this hand and bend the knee a little, yeah? Ooh, bend the knee, yeah. Now take both hands together. Right here, take it to the front. The hand closest to me, I want you to bring it back here. Oh, and then bring it together. And now step back. Now try the other leg, lunge forward. Now try this hand and here. Good. And then step back. Now continue moving like that. Stepping forward, lunge. Good. What I've done is I added balance. Now, if he stood still with his legs side by side, you'll notice, and he hinges in his 5-iron position, you'll notice that's his golf swing right there. See? So that's his golf swing. I'm looking at that, trying to open up what you call the thoracic spine. The thoracic spine is the upper chest area here. But what I did as an exercise, I focus and balance. So let's try that again. Stepping forward, the other side, yeah, the other side is open, perfect. And then he steps back. Good. So what I did is I added the component of balance. So again, balance is important. And this is an exercise. And then one more end, he's going to stop. Now you notice we did a lot of knee bending. So I'm walking up the chain. We spoke about the foot, and now I'm going to look at the upper body, and we're looking at the knee. So with the knee, I'm going to let him march in place. And his brain is saying that this can be done because at least one foot, as one foot comes up, it's a very short time before the other foot, it's on the floor, and it takes about 2 seconds before the other foot comes up and you march. What if I ask him to take one leg up and keep the leg up? Right there. So now, as you keep the leg up, I'm going to look at his posture. The posture, making sure that as he does that, he's going to take the leg down and take the other leg up. I'm going to give him breathers right there. So I'm going to see which one has more thing. And everything comes from the foot. Right there, and then switch right there. Now, what if I told him to take the other leg up and hold it up? Now, here's the exercise, because I found this one more challenging. I want to make sure that the knee and the hip are on the same plane. That means if I take a line, I can draw it here. He's going to put that foot down because we're going to use this foot now because I'm sure he's tired. So we got the plane. I want to make sure that this is at a 90-degree angle. So this foot comes forward a little bit right there. He's going to take it down. Now, let's do that with this leg again. Now, what I want him to do from the knee is extend the leg. Ooh, and then bring it back to 90 degrees. Do that again. Each exercise requires 30 seconds, but you notice posture is gone. Right there. He's going to try the other leg because that one might get tired. Now, I said 30 seconds. Now, if 30 seconds is too much, you can try just for a few seconds, and it really bites him in the hip where his pants pocket is. It's biting him there, but it also look at balance. So 30 seconds, that's what I'm looking for. Now, if you can't do this if you need balance, always feel free to hold on to something. So that's the exercise. Let's try that again. Take one leg up. That is on the same plane. I have to focus on his balance. And the reason why he's out of balance, maybe there's something wrong with the hip flexor. And that's what we're going to do next. And down. Go ahead and have a seat. As you sit facing me, try to find a chair that is stable. Some of us may, something that is stable and something that brings it to a 90-degree angle. So from there, I know he hasn't done this in a while, but I'm going to ask him to cross one leg over the top of the knee. Once you have done that, you find that you feel that in that hip, that particular hip at that moment. What I want to focus again is posture. So I'm going to ask you to sit up nice and tall. Make sure that the shoulders and the hips are square. From there, take your hand and just gently place it on top of the thigh right there. And then gently press it down and release your hip. So place it there and then push down gently. And keep it there and push and keep it there and keep it constant. Gently push on the hip. Now, again, the shoulders and the hips are square. He's pushing on that. And what I'm going to ask him to do is with the button right here in the center of the chest, I want him to hinge forward. So hinge forward and try to bring that button or the chest as close to his thighs as possible. Guess what he's feeling? Wow, he's pretty flexible. We're working the hip flexor and your lumbar spine. The lumbar spine. So now I've activated the lumbar spine. Again, try to do this for about a minute. who knows, maybe a minute and a half. He's going to switch legs because I want him to try the other. So again, these exercises should be between, there you go. And then gently press. Again, focus on your posture. And I'm looking at shoulders and hips square. From there, you're looking at your lumbar spine and your hip flexor. I could take it a step further by telling him to hold it down there for at least 30 seconds. So there works his lumbar spine, his lower back. The goal is not to have a C posture or rounding of the shoulders, but this is what we're looking at. We're looking at his lumbar spine. Then carefully he's going to stop and release and come to a standing position. As he stands up, he's going to stand and face me. Take your legs wider than your hips. Extend your arms out to the sides. And this here in physical therapy is called a windmill. So for success, I make sure that the legs are wider than the hips. And with his arms extended like that, with a windmill, I want to make sure that the arms from fingertip to fingertip are on the same plane. It means that when he goes down to one side, he doesn't break the plane by bringing one arm to the ear and the other arm goes straight down. So you're going to be like a windmill and you're going to go side to side. You're going to go this side and then the other side. So the goal is to, if I had a ball and I rolled it from one fingertip to the other, it should roll directly across without dropping off. So again, make sure it doesn't break plane. Right there it is. There, he's going to go as far as he can successfully. Now I did take the legs wider for success. Right there. There, it's easier. Yeah. What if he stops and he brings his legs together and does the same exercise? I made it a little more challenging on his spine. You notice I'm creeping up the kinetic chain. A kinetic chain means that it starts from the ground. The energy starts from the ground and it comes up the body. So that's how this routine is. I work the foot, the knee, the hip, the lumbar spine, and here I am working his spine. Great job. He's going to actually stop and shake him out. From here, he's going to walk up to a pillar. He's going to come here and he's going to put his hand right here where he's going to put his hand on a post facing me. As he comes through here, he's going to stand so that the shoulder and the elbow are on the same plane. He's only going to leave about 6 inches, so come on in a little further, going that way a little bit, right there in the hand. You okay? Mm-hmm. From there, relax. In fact, bring the shoulder down so that the shoulder and here on the same plane, so it's not up here. So relax, stand here. The leg closest to the wall, which is that foot right there, bring that foot forward. From there, I want him to turn his thoracic spine. What I want him to do is turn in the opposite direction away from there and then come back to me. Do that again. So he's turning straight, he's facing me, and then you just want to open the door and then release and do that again. Focus more on the spine than the head. Let the head follow the spine. Again, let the head follow the thoracic spine. Right there. As it turns, then it turns the head. Just a few more. He's going to turn around and face the other direction and do it here. His hand's there, the inside foot comes forward. And then turn towards that direction there. Focus on turning from the chest, and you're going to feel it in the shoulder. This here, inside the shoulder, believe it or not, there's something called a rotator cuff. So he's working the rotator cuff. So he's finding success working there. Just a few more. Now, ease, relax, and stop. You're going to walk over to a wall over here and face the wall. In fact, you're going to come right here. You're about 1.5 feet away from the wall. Take both hands and place them on top of the wall, way up there, right there, and the thumbs facing outwards, inwards. Sorry, let's rotate so the hands are turned this way. I'm sorry. You're going to turn the hands this way. Sorry. From there, what I want to focus on is here. In fact, you can walk forward a little bit so that you're parallel to the wall. I don't want you up there. Now, what I want you to do is try to look straight ahead with your chin high right there. From there, one hand at a time, you're going to bring the hand back so that You're gonna work, so you're gonna bring the hand back and then switch hands. Right there, right there, good. What I'm looking at is something called your scapular. So I'm gonna prevent any rounding of the shoulder with exercises that you find much success with. So again, each exercise should take you about 30 seconds to a minute. I know right now we're on our 20th minute explaining each and every one of these exercises. But for you, in prepping, you can work and work smart with things that are successful. We went through the entire kinetic chain from the foot to the shoulder. And I hope you found much advice going through these things. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Guys, thank you. Have a great day.